honestly, it's really cool because it just gave me it just let me go back home. That's all it did. It just let me go back home because I will never, ever give anybody the opportunity to play with me and my mother check ever again. Absolutely not. Because one thing about me, baby, I'm about my money. You can be petty and I kiki and shit at work. I came to work for my money.
I'm gonna tell you, you did let somebody play you for your check and your money. You did. TikTok. Hey, so TikTok is still getting people fired. Well, people are using TikTok to get fired. However you want to put it. This is part 2 of a previous video I did. The first one went off in a different direction, and I still have more videos to get to. So we're going to finish those videos off today in this video. I don't know how long it's going to be because I got a few of these, but let's get started. All right.
I just got fired from a job that I really loved over a TikTok video. I'm not even kidding. Couldn't make it up if I tried. But yeah. Yeah, apparently I was fired over a TikTok video. Even though not in any of my videos have I ever said where I worked. In any of my videos I've ever said the people. But because I insinuated it. Because I insinuated the fact of where I worked. That was enough, apparently.
So you were making videos about what goes on at your job, and you never actually said nobody's name. You never said the place that you worked at, but you gave a big ass clue on where your job is. But you don't think you did anything wrong. Like, if I say I work at a fast food place that says you can have it your way, and it's on a road that starts with military in Chesapeake, Virginia. I didn't actually say where I worked, what fast food restaurant, but I actually did. Come on, man.
You know, I thought I was actually following the rules by not saying the name of the place I work, which, by the way, I still won't do, because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that vindictive, even though, like, every fiber in my being right now tells me I should be. Man, whatever. Greener pastures await, so they say, right? I don't know. It just is. It's whatever. It's their loss, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, because part of me kind of wants to sue them, and another part of me just kind of wants to let it go. And it's nobody's fucking business what place it is. And I think that's the thing that really bothers me the most at all of this, is that, like, I've gone out of my way not to say where I work, yet these fucking people have still figured out a way to fire me for it. So, I don't know. I guess it is what it is. But either way, I still have enough respect for the fucking place to not put it on blast. Whatever. It's your fucking loss, man. It's your guys' loss. I don't want to work around a bunch of fascist freak shows anyway, honestly. I don't want to work around a bunch of fucking weirdos. A bunch of Holocaust-denying, fucking right-wing, fucking little pathetic losers that live right next to their fucking work, and have no idea what life is outside of their little bubble world. I really don't care. I deserve more anyway, so I'll count it as a mixed blessing.
You just like the girl in the first video where I got fired, but I ain't want to work around y'all anyway. Yes, you did. You started this video out with, I just got fired from a job that I really love. I don't know how many people love their job and work around a whole bunch of people they don't want to work around. Those two don't go together. Those two don't go together. You could love what you do, yes, but loving your job and loving what you do is different. All right? I love making YouTube videos. I love it. But if I had a job making YouTube videos with a bunch of people I didn't want to be around, I wouldn't love my job. But I love what I do. It's two different things. Let's go to the next one.
I just got fired from my job because a coworker told the owner that I was making a TikTok. Mind you, this is like the second time I ever worked with this dude, right? So last Friday, we was at a client's house. You know, we bringing stuff in out the truck. We had contractors there. They had to cut out some brick and some tile before we can even get started on the install. So after we finished bringing all the stuff in, we just sitting around because we got to wait for them to finish. So I went to the van, about to start making the TikTok. I pulled my phone out, hit the record button. He hit the corner. I'm like, hey, bro, you messing on my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Joking and shit. And he was like, bro, you making a TikTok? I was like, yeah, I'm finna knock one out real quick. He was like, bro, this is your full-time job. Like, well, you should be making TikToks. I'm like, bro, we not doing nothing. And I make money off here. So this is like a part-time job. I'm like, it take 2 minutes. He was like, I'm all right. After that conversation, I was like, okay, I know what type of dude this is. He pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it. He trying to play it off, but he making remarks like, you know, next week, you know, Rand will be out here. Oh, Rand the shades expert now. Knowing damn well he finna go to the owner and tell him to fire my ass. 'Cause apparently I'm like the 8th person this dude that got fired. Like, he don't even work out here. He work out in Florida, but he was only back in Louisiana for a week to help with some shit off for the holidays or whatever. The owner was like, hey man, we need to talk. I've been hearing like you've been on your phone all day, you make TikToks all day, work not getting done, so we just gonna go ahead and part ways. I was like, bro, I don't be on my phone all day. I was like, if I make a TikTok, I make a TikTok in downtime. He was like, well, we usually don't have downtime. I said, we got plenty of downtime. I was like, but you know what, man, it is what it is. I just wanted to clarify that shit. I don't want you just going off of what he told you. And also, somebody else fell through the roof that same day. They also got fired too.
Hey, did the coworker kind of do something messed up? Yeah, you see somebody making a TikTok video, you know, to tell on them for that is crazy, especially when nobody else is doing any work. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. But at the same time, you got to look at it from the owner's perspective. The owner does not know that y'all have downtime. Okay? The owner is like they're constantly working when they're supposed to be working. You can't tell the owner that you have downtime. You can't. Because if I'm the owner though, find something to do. Find something to do. I'm paying you for this 30 minutes or this hour or whatever. Find something to do. If I find out you just sitting around doing nothing, waiting because there's nothing to do, that's one thing. But if I find out you're making videos on TikTok when there's nothing to do, we got a problem. As an owner, I know we are employees and we look at it from our employee mindset. And that's all we see. But sometimes look at it from the owner's perspective. Would you want somebody you are paying to be sitting around doing nothing? Would you want that as an owner? No, you wouldn't want that. So when you find out one of them are using their downtime to do other stuff, you got to let them go. Because then everybody is going to be doing that. And you can't let one go because all of them are going to be doing that. Was it messed up what the coworker did by telling? Yes, I agree with that 100%. But once the owner gets the information, they have to make the right decision for their business. And it was to let you go. I'm sorry. But if I was the owner, I would have did the same thing. Let's go to the next one.
Let's try to get into the story time of how I literally got me and my sister fired. Or whatever else, solely because of my TikTok videos. And before y'all be like, oh, you already know what's listen, let me explain something. Okay, so yes, I did read the handbook. The handbook said that you can't make TikTok videos inside, on company's time, inside the building. So what was I doing? I was making videos outside the building, still in my uniform, off the clock, on my own time, correct? Because I love when somebody try to play in my face. So everything was going smooth until you guys try to micromanage me. Now, one thing about me, I'm not about to overstep my boundaries. I'm not stepping on no toes. I know I'm not management at this store, but I also know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? When I first got in, they wasn't labeling open products. So like the almond milk, oat milk, not labeled. Sanitizer buckets, not labeled. English muffins, not labeled. Sourdough, not labeled. Or putting open product of stuff back into the walk-in, knowing that you have to put it in a Cambro and cover it and put a label on it. Because if you put a block of cheese in the walk-in, what it's going to do? It's going to get stale and crusty. Same with the bacon. Why are you putting open packaged bacon back in? Would you put an open pack of bacon without covering it in your fridge? So that's where it started. I feel like because I wouldn't even tell people this is how it's supposed to be done. No, I would just do it the correct way because that's how I was trained. That's how you're supposed to do it. So that's what I'm doing. So that's where it started because you guys, I feel like she felt intimidated because we know what we were talking about. And anytime it came to like EcoSure, health department, anything like that, she had a lot. She was, you guys was real quiet. Like she tried to tell me that it's LA County's health department and this is what they do. No, girl, you're just dirty and your store is disgusting. It smells like eggs. You guys are literally selling 2-3 day old croissants and you know you're not supposed to be selling those. Nobody in the entire store knows anything about FIFO. I promise this is all important. I promise. Just keep on. So then it started going with the hours. Mind you, we live 30 minutes away from the job, right? Okay, so, and we both got the same transportation, live in the same crib, same everything. So why would you schedule us 2 hours different from each other? It's because you're trying to be petty. Or you scheduling us 4.5-hour shifts, knowing that we gotta drive 30 minutes away. So once we start.
Hey. I can't base my schedule on your location of residence. I'm running a business here. I can't base how I make the schedule on where you live, how far you live, and who you live with. I can't base my schedule on that. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it inconveniences you, both of you. But I can't. Let's go.
Started playing the game with her because if you want to be petty, I'm gonna be petty too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna sit here and do that to me. Whole time she's doing all this petty stuff, she just keep yapping in my ear and telling me how her daughter's not getting enough hours at the other store. The other GM don't like her daughter and all this other stuff. She wants to bring her over to her store, but she can't for whatever reason. And do. Mind you, that's very important information. So boom, yous guys and BB takes my videos, gives it to yous guys. Because HR and the people who actually own the place, they don't know nothing about my TikToks. They don't know nothing. They just know I come in here, I do my job, and I go. So you guys and BB, they both together took my video, and I got the proof of it on an email and everything. They took my video to HR and said, here goes some videos because she is violating this, and that. So, you guys and BB, the ass-kissing teacher's pet, they literally took my videos, gave them to HR, and was like, here, can we start this termination process? Y'all, when I tell y'all that same day that she came in to suspend me, she took all my shifts away and gave them to her daughter. I'm not kidding. I'm not. She literally gave every last one of my shifts to her daughter. And like I said previously, her daughter works at another store. So why would you even get your daughter over here? Probably because you've been trying to get your daughter over here because she's not getting enough hours because that GM over there don't like you or your daughter. So at the end of the day, we really got fired because these hoes was being some hating ass bitches, okay? And honestly, it's really cool because it just gave me it just let me go back home. That's all it did. It just let me go back home because I will never, ever give anybody the opportunity to play with me and my motherfucking check ever again. Absolutely not. Because one thing about me, baby, I'm about my money. You can be petty and I kick in and shit at work. I came to work for my money.
I'm gonna tell you, you did let somebody play you for your check and your money. You did. TikTok. TikTok played you for your check and your money. Because you looking for likes and comments and all that on TikTok, it played you out of your money. Do we not recognize that that's what happened? And I see a comment here. I don't know how true it is, but it's a comment under your video by Taylor Nick that says, I literally saw a video of you inside your job making a video. Accountability is the first. It was time for you to go, and that's okay. There's better. So I ain't got time to look through all your videos, but I'm gonna take Taylor Nick's word for it. How about that? I don't even want to hear the rest of her. Let's get to the next one.
So here is on. It is the Shy's little show or whatever. Clock it. From the clock the school's tea that I was working at. So why I go all the way up to admin building HR. These people, they're talking to me all nice. You feel me? Giggity, whoop, whoop, whoop. So they talking to me nice or whatever and everything. I'm thinking I'm going in there to go take a test. Right. Not a test. Not going to go take a test at all. It's a meeting. A meeting with the principal at the school. And a meeting with HR. Okay? Clock it. Now, usually I would be mad about something like this, but it's not getting under my skin because I'm me and I'm forever gonna be me. Fired or not, I'm still gonna be me. On the internet, off the internet, you get me? So anyways, I'm at the admin building or whatever, and the principal had left. She had left before I got there because I got there a little late, and I called and told them I was gonna be a little late. Okay, clock it. So anyways, I get to the building, I come in and everything, use my little, because I had my ID badge from the school with me. Use my ID badge to get in there or whatever, to check me in, all that, walk me to the back. So I'm waiting on the man to get done having a conversation or whatever. So after the man gets done having his conversation, he called me to the back. He like, Miss Williams, can you come in here, whatever? Ooh, he got a little folder sitting on his motherfucking, little folder sitting on his desk. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, why this motherfucker goes to say, as of today, you no longer work at the school. You have been terminated. In my head, I'm like, well, what the fuck did I do? I ain't did shit. I've been doing my job, right? Like, fuck did I do? Y'all, these fucking people fired me for TikTok. I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. I can't wait to get my paperwork so I can show y'all. These people fired me for TikToks. Because kids know me on TikTok. Never gave none of these kids my TikTok name. None of that. I got fired from my job as of today, of Valentine's Day of 2025. For TikToks. So now here I am. Fired. Unemployed. As fuck. I mean, I still got an overnight job though. Clock it. Still got an overnight job. But fired as a teacher for TikTok.
Is clock it? Is that a new phrase young people are saying? I'm old, so I don't know. But I'm just I'm just scrolling through her comments here, and I see some comments asking her not to leave, justice for her. They need to protest. You know, so it sounds like a lot of disappointed people. I don't know if these are adults or kids or whatever. This one video says they always see her in the hallway, but they're ready to leave this school too because it's so ghetto and annoying. But they're still mad that, or they're still sad that she left. So I'm gonna be on her side. Like, I don't know what video she put up or what kind of videos they didn't like or whatever. But I see all her comments says, they want her there. So I'm on her side. Forget that Scoop. All right, it's ghetto anyway. Let's get to the next one.
Told me to get fired on my day off for my viral TikTok videos. I think. And I say I think because I don't actually know what's about to happen. I just know they want to meet with me. So anything is possible. I don't know. Backstory, I have not worked in 2 weeks. That video you saw, I posted it a month after it happened, and it happened in a different state than where I actually live and work. I was in that state helping out because they were short-staffed. I waited until I left to post that video for obvious reasons, safety reasons, whatever. I knew that when I posted it as well that my job would see it eventually because it got so big. I'll let you guys know if I'm fired or not. I'm completely fine and I accept everything that comes behind my every decision. I have no regrets.
Okay, so you did wrong. Right? I don't know what the video it is. I don't know what it was about. I'm guessing it's about something to do with the people or the place that the other location you were working at. But you did something wrong. Because you're about to get fired over your TikTok videos. So since you already know, that means you messed up. If I had a meeting, if my job called me for a meeting and I didn't do anything wrong, I would be confused on what the meeting is about. But if I did something wrong, I would say, oh, they about to fire me because of what I did wrong. I mean, but let's finish the rest of this.
Hi.
What is up?
I didn't get fired at the meeting, but this was the... Okay.
I'm good. Calling to kind of follow up from the conversation from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here with
Got the phone in her pocket.
So I'll make it quick. We're gonna terminate employment because of what happened. That's the decision coming from HR and me, and that's pretty much it. I wanted to thank you for everything you've done. You've been here since opening, and you know how I feel personally, but we're just gonna have to move forward without you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
If you need anything, I'm serious on this point. If you need anything personally, do not lose my number. Stay in touch with me, and if you need anything at all, let me know. And if you have questions about this or the reasons, I've got that too.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so could you tell me the reasons?
Yes, the reasons would be, I've got it right now. Hold 1 second. Main reason would be violation of social media policy or violation of company policy, which you already have a final warning on from the incident where you let the guest into the room in January. But a few things. So failure to follow company procedures, put yourself at risk. You talked about the safety concern there. Like, you escalated the situation, and we're taught not to do that. You should have called the police or got yourself to safety. So put yourself at risk, the company and others. Clear evidence that you violated the social media policy in video that is posted, so we have the evidence there, and the existence of a previous final warning for failing to meet company policy.
Final warning. Final warning. If he's right, and that was your final warning, that means you've had previous warnings. So it's not like you did one video and then they said, we're going to fire you for that one video. They gave you warning. And you kept on doing it. It's on you. It's on you. Remember at the beginning I told you why you know you were about to get fired? Because you knew you were doing something wrong? Because they told you was doing something wrong before. Like... Let's finish the rest, though.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Liz.
No
Appreciate it.
problem.
Genuine question, but how did people really start getting fired for TikToks? I don't really know that I understand that, because how does someone's conduct outside of the 8 hours a day that they are giving a company, how does that conduct have anything to do with a brand whatsoever? The only thing and argument that I could sometimes see is if people are creating content in uniform. I think that's a little bit different, right? And I would even argue still that, like, if you're a FedEx driver and you're dancing and you're making fun, cool videos, whatever, I personally think that it's a good look for the company. So I think unless you're doing something negative, whatever. But I feel like the only argument is if you are physically at work recording content, it could potentially be a security risk, etc. But if you are recording content, you're making money, you're flourishing, essentially that's your business. You have a business on the side. You are living your life outside of going to work. What does that have to do with the company? And I just feel like that is the one we've lost the plot whenever it comes to social media, because how are you firing people simply for having a social media account that is flourishing? That one.
They're not firing people for simply having a social media account. I don't think there's anywhere in I haven't worked a regular job in a long time. So, but I don't believe that there's anywhere in their social media policy at these jobs that says you simply can't have a social media. They can't do that. But what you put on that social media does reflect on your place of employment, no matter if you're on the job when you record it or not. Let me go full screen right quick, because I need you to hear me, okay? What you do away from your job does reflect on your job, okay? It does. And some things that you might not see as negative reflection, the job sees as negative reflection. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes down to it, their opinion is the only opinion that matters. Your opinion does not matter in that aspect. If they deem it to be negative attention, it's negative attention. And there's nothing, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, definitely don't make videos at work. Don't make videos in your work uniform with the work name tag, your work shirt, none of that. All right? Definitely do not do that. Don't even make videos on the property, parking lot or not. Don't make videos at work. Okay? At all. I don't care how fun and how joyful and how playful it is, unless you get specific permission to do it. That's the only circumstance. Unless you get specific permission to do it, and have them review your video before you upload it. Say, hey, is this okay? This is what you said I could record a video. This is the video. Is it okay? And you get their approval first, so they can't say nothing afterwards. Okay? Like, it's a lot of people who make bad decisions in life and they think their job is still supposed to employ them. No, because if I'm running a business and I hear one of my employees got arrested for shoplifting, that employee is fired. Because not only do you steal stuff, and I got a lot of stuff around this business that you could steal, so I don't want you here, but it also shows that you make bad decisions. I need somebody working for me who makes well-sounded, thought-out decisions, because your bad decision, if you're employed by me, your bad decision could cost me money. And I can't have that. So yes, what you do away from work can affect your employment. 100%. 100%. But you knew that, because you smart. All right, like this video before you leave, 'cause that's all I got to say. All right, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm desperate for subscribers, so... Not really desperate, but if you enjoyed the content, hit the subscribe button and come back again for the next one. I'll see you then.